Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World
tree. Are you coming to the tree? But dead man called out for his love to flee. Strange things that happen, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we both be free? Strange things that happen, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of hope side by side with me? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree.
This is an actual crime.
They don't care for that.
My army is only a couple of kilometers away. So this is a major humanitarian disaster.
Bode well for you or for the
I want
rest
to
of
start the
us.
programme today with a story that I can't get out of my head. The campaign has now started. This is your chance.
I don't need
Tell
to
people.
look into... Well, look, yesterday.
It's not
yeah,
correct. The
yesterday.
tax burden is projected to go up.
Yesterday.
No, but I'm not. This is my interview. Look,
I
this
need
is
to
ridiculous.
research my
No one
enemy,
does care about us.
I'm really
So
interested
I
in that.
researched my
In
enemy,
politics, I feel like to push
and
the
the first
boundaries.
thing that
You've
came
got
up
the
was her
majority.
dead
The
dad.
question is what is he going to do with it?
So, like, what do you want me to do? And I figured out why you're so obsessed with Danny, isn't it? Because your dad's name was Danny, isn't it? Voldemort. That's why you're obsessed with Danny. You've got this weird obsession.
To a
Like,
British
but
surgeon who has been
anyway,
working voluntarily in Gaza because we got a top
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Kamali. Today
Yeah,
marks exactly
yeah,
2 years
but
since the
let
October
me
7th
keep the
attacks.
smoke for later.
More than 1,200 people were killed and 251 taken hostage when Hamas fighters broke out of Gaza and attacked Israel. This is the scene this morning at the site of the Nova Music Festival. Relatives of those killed are gathering to pay tribute on the anniversary. And in Gaza, where there have been at least 2 explosions this morning and smoke can be seen rising on the skyline, a second day of talks is taking place in Egypt between Israel and Hamas to free the remaining hostages and end the war. US President Donald Trump says he's hopeful that progress is being made. And the Prime Minister has condemned plans for pro-Palestine protests scheduled today, calling them un-British. Sir Keir Starmer says the planned actions on university campuses show a lack of respect. And then on this programme, the Education Secretary, Bridget Phillipson, said universities needed to take action to make sure that Jewish students feel safe.
Well, Security and Defence Service Professor has been looking at the repercussions of those kinds of attacks from 2 years ago.
2 years ago, the Hamas atrocity of the 7th of October shocked the world. Mass killing and destruction and reports of gang rape and torture. Hamas terrorists broke through the Israeli security border in several places from north to south across the Strip, and they ran amok. Some 1,200 Israelis were killed, and these are just some of the locations in which Hamas broke through. In particular, they attacked the Nova Music Festival, where many young people were subjected to dreadful ordeals, and many found themselves among the 251 hostages who were taken back into Gaza to be used as human bargaining chips in the deadly game that followed. They became the most visceral issue for Israeli public opinion. The government argued that the best way of getting the hostages back was to liberate them in the fighting, or else pressure Hamas so much they would be forced to hand them over. Well, in the event, 140 hostages were released through international negotiation with Hamas, anathema to Benjamin Netanyahu's own government, and only 5 were recovered alive through the IDF's offensive. It took several days for Israel's security forces to establish control inside their own borders after some intense fighting inside Israel itself. Hamas had launched a well-planned and ingenious attack during the Simchat Torah Jewish festival, catching Israeli security forces completely unaware. They had enough intelligence information to anticipate that something big might happen. They just hadn't joined the dots. Israel's became clear that the IDF was bent on a two-pronged attack. They first of all